The fuck is that? Is that human hair?
Yeah, looks like it.
That's scary.
That's nasty as fuck. It looks, I think it looks fucking stupid. But but it's very aggressive. It's a very aggressive look. Alright guys, so we made it to the storage unit. This is the Battle Aero Wing that we're installing, and this is the wing. I forget how big it is, but it's fucking huge. Really big, really wide, and it has the fins on it that say Battle Aero. First, we're gonna need to pop the trunk. We're gonna remove these Morimoto taillights first, and we do that by popping this off. This just comes off by pulling it up. To the other side. And there's two bolts right here. Looks like a 10 mil, one 10 mil here, one 10 mil there, and then there's one on the inside. We're removing this trim to get to this part right here where the last screw is. Alright, so there should be some clips up top. Let's just pry these off. We're gonna get this last taillight bolt out. Alright, so the one inside the fender is an 8 mil. So let's take that off. And the taillight should slide out. Alright, and then unplug it. I'm just gonna remove a series of clips that are holding the bumper. These are like 2-part clips. So there's a top and a bottom piece. Just be sure to remove both, because once you take out the bumper, you don't want the bottom piece to fly. And then, yeah, you lose the bottom piece and there's no point in putting the top. Now, this part's gonna be a little difficult. There's a clip on the inside of the fender well. And yeah, it's gonna be hard because the car is pretty low. So we're gonna have to get a little creative. Or if anything, maybe raise the car. But let's see if we can take it off before doing that.
Coming loose?
Yeah. So what I did was I took a ratcheting wrench that folds at the top. And if you can get it in a shape like this, you can get it on the bolt and just twist it off. Alright guys, after you remove the 10 right here, there's gonna be a 10 on the bottom. But just a fair warning, since this car is on the East Coast, it's not looking so pretty. Look at that bolt. It's really rough. I don't even think it's the shape of a 10 anymore. But yeah, that bolt will probably snap, so just be wary of that. Yeah, like it's not even gripping. Alright, after you remove all these bolts, the bumper should come off nice and easy. So make sure you disconnect the license plate light and the third brake light. We're gonna remove the foam.
The fuck is that? Is that human hair?
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's scary.
That's nasty as fuck. These bolts right here are gonna be 12 mils. So we'll just get a 12 mil and take care of that. Guys, once that's off, now you're gonna want to take off these end plates. They're also 12 mils. I think there's a total of 6 of them. So 6 each side. You're just gonna clean off this mating surface just to get it. Alright guys, since these bolts coming out were a little bit stubborn and you can see that they're a bit rusty, you're gonna want to put some anti-seize when putting them back in, so it's not as hard when you take it out the next time if you ever want to go back to the stock bumper without the Battle Aero Wing. Now we're gonna mount this piece. This just slides on this part facing up, so it's gonna look like this when you install it. That's the right side, this is the left, and yeah, let's get this on the car. If you're alone, you can just put it on jack stands and just raise it up to this certain height so the bolt holes line up with the holes for the bracket. Or if you have a buddy, you can hold it up, but I think this method is probably better just so you guys aren't both struggling and you can take your time putting anti-seize on the bolts. And yeah, so now we have it on jack stands. It's all lined up. I'm just gonna put some anti-seize on these and thread these back in. All right guys, we got all the bolts on. It's looking real good. It's real sturdy. You can move the whole car with it, so it will be good enough for the wing. Just a pro tip, make sure this is not behind this bar when you bolt it on, because then you'll have to take it all the way off again and get this out. So make sure this is sitting on top. And yeah, so by the looks of it, the wing was mounted on the inside of the bracket and not the outside. So you're gonna want to put the plate right here on this side and the plate right here on that side. Put something to mark this edge, so when we place the bumper here, we have imprint of where to cut. So we're gonna just put toothpaste along the sides of here. You're gonna wanna clean the area of where the mount is gonna leave an imprint. I just use a microfiber cloth and dusted it off, and that should be good enough to get a good outline of where we should cut. We're gonna cut like a little box area. Hopefully keep it as thin as possible so it's clean and just slips through right in and out. Unfortunately, I don't have my Dremel, but I'll be using this to cut, and we're just gonna make small little cuts like this. All right guys, after much test fitting, it's finally on. The camera died, so I switched to the phone. But yeah, the bumper's on. This is actually the original bumper, so we didn't want to mess up this one, so we used this one. This is a spare bumper. As you can see, the cuts aren't as good as we hoped. This one's pretty good. This one's a little bit messier, but yeah, if we really like the look, we can like make fine cuts in that one and really fine tune it. But for now, for a test fit, this is good. We loaded the trunk with all the stuff, so yeah, so we can close it, because you can't close the trunk with the wing on. But yeah, it looks good. This is actually the same color. It matches pretty good. It's not that far off. And yeah, just gotta put the wing on now. This X-brace had this attached to the third hole going down. All right guys, so we have the stands mounted on the car. We ended up going with the outermost mounting because we didn't trim it properly. We didn't account for us needing space on the inside to have this bar in closer. So that's why we went with the outside. Usually we'd probably go with the inside, but the plus of this is that we can open the trunk a little bit. To hold the wing onto the mounts, we're gonna be using these Allen bolts with washers and locking nuts, so they won't back off and potentially dislodge the wing from the car. All right guys, it's kind of noisy in here because all the cars are on, but this is the final product, the Battle Aero Wing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it looks really good. I think it kind of suits the car well. It's very aggressive. More aero is needed to make it really fit in, but looks good.